come on in.
Thank you.
Have a seat.
Okay.
I'm Nyla.
I'm Chantel.
Chantel, nice to meet you, Chantel.
Yeah, you too.
Are you enjoying this weather?
It's a little too hot for my liking.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we're inside. And you know what? There's only a month of summer left, so might as well enjoy it and not complain.
True.
Right. Did you find your way over here okay?
Oh yeah, it was pretty easy actually.
Perfect. Now, Chantel, before we begin the session, I just wanted to give you some information on why we're doing this.
Okay.
I am at Durham College right now, and I am in an interviewing class. I'm learning how to interview, so this will be a practice session for me.
Okay.
Now, everything that you say here, whether it's real or you're making it up, will be between you and myself.
Okay.
There are some exceptions to this legally, which I have to let you know. Number one would be if there is any indication of abuse or neglect of a child, I have to report it.
Okay.
Secondly, if there's any indication of you harming yourself or others, I have to tell someone about that as well.
Okay.
Legally. Third, if there is any healthcare professional that is sexually abusing or having misconduct with my client, I have to report that as well. Lastly, if you want this for your physician, you can write your own release form, and I can give that to whoever you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So as you can see, we're recording.
Okay.
And there's audio tape as well. If any point you feel comfortable, I can turn it off.
Okay.
This is just between my supervisor and classmates, and afterwards I will destroy it unless I get your permission. Otherwise, we want to keep it.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Basically, that is what it says on this form. So you can take a quick look and sign it off for me, please.
Okay, so... Okay. Alright, so that's basically everything you just said, and I sign here.
Yes, please.
Okay.
July 22nd is the day.
July 22nd, 2019. There you go.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So, let's set that aside. Now, what brings you in today?
Well, I've been, I guess, feeling really overwhelmed and anxious, and actually just recently, my physician prescribed me medication for my anxiety, but she did say that it would take some time to work.
Okay.
So I figured that I'd just get like some help counseling in the meantime, because I feel like that would be helpful for me until the medication helps me, or use it alongside the medication and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you were saying you're feeling overwhelmed and anxious. How is this affecting your day-to-day?
Honestly, it literally affects every aspect of my life. It's a huge issue. I couldn't even tell you a single aspect that's not affected by this kind of a thing.
Okay. You're saying it affects everything. Why don't we break that down into specifics? Is it affecting your relationships with your family, your friends? And how so?
Okay, so it really impacts my relationships with my family and my friends. I guess with my family, I just kind of close off kind of a thing, because I don't want to talk about it with them, or everyone has their own life, everyone has their own issues. I just feel like I shouldn't be crying about it or things like that. And with my friends, actually, it's probably worse, because the anxiety is so bad that even going out with them tires me out, physically, mentally, it just tires me out. And so I find myself declining a lot of outings with them.
Okay.
And I think that they don't understand that, because I guess I put on a good front, and they don't understand that it's the issue that's causing me to say no. They just think that I'm kind of being rude. So, like, I feel like I'm pushing them away, kind of a thing. I've lost quite a few friends.
So, from what you've told me, you are feeling so overwhelmed that you can't even carry out normal relationships.
Pretty much, basically.
You are pushing your friends away. You feel like you're a burden to your family.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. I feel like I'm a burden, yeah. That's a good word for it.
You also mentioned that physically you are not able to go out.
Oh, yeah.
And do things.
Yeah.
How would you describe your physical health?
So I feel like the anxiety actually, I don't know how to explain it like scientifically or anything, but when I'm socializing, I feel like it uses so much energy that it drains me. So like I'll get migraines, my body will start hurting, like my back will start aching. I'll start feeling feverish, kind of a thing. So essentially after a long day or even after a day of socializing a bit, I feel like I've literally run a marathon physically, because like my body feels so broken down at that point by the end of the day, and I just can't shut my thoughts off and stuff like that. So
okay, have you talked to your physician about this?
Yeah, so actually what happened was she prescribed me medication temporarily.
Yes,
yeah, I did. However, she has referred me to psychiatrists. So the only reason she prescribed the medication was so that I could have something in the meantime until I get an appointment with a psychiatrist.
Okay.
So yeah, I've spoken to her about that.
Okay. Have you or has your physician performed any blood tests to see if there might be something physiological going on?
Not yet, no, actually. That might be a good thing to bring up.
Yes, because if you're physically feeling ill, there might be something else that's
true.
Causing that. So
I'll be sure to note that down.
So you said you're physically feeling ill. Are you in school right
now? No. I just finished my undergrad.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm not working yet, but I'm studying for my MCAT to apply into medicine.
Good for you.
Thank you.
That's excellent.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
That must be a lot of work with everything you're going through.
That's exactly how I feel, which is why I'm here today, because, you know, I feel like I need better coping skills and I need to like fix this before it gets too much, because I've got a long road ahead of me.
Okay. Yes, of course. Would you say this affected your school in the past?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like it did. Yeah, like starting probably first year, I'd say. First year of university. It started like getting a little bit overwhelming. And I feel like it's just been increasing. And it's still going, I keep going further and further, and I just want to kind of nip it in the butt, kind of a thing, you know, because it's just been getting worse.
That must have been very hard for you to get through university.
Believe me, it was a challenge every day. Just, you know, even getting out of bed is hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you mean getting out of bed is hard, does that mean you have sleep issues as well?
Actually, that's another point that I was meaning to talk about. So essentially, I have trouble shutting my brain off. I will go to bed at like a regular time, like say 11 p.m. I will not be able to sleep at all. Like my brain is just running, like of thoughts and stuff, and I can't sleep until like 4 a.m. If at all, and that makes me really tired in the morning, and that also affects how I study and things like that. You know?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Sleep is so important to get through the day.
And a lot of people don't understand that.
No.
So, because most of my friends have like amazing sleep, you know.
Yeah, it's hard for people that don't lose sleep to understand.
It's true. It's so
how hard it is to go day by day.
You're absolutely right.
Yes. Now, how about your emotional well-being? How's that?
That's just as bad as the other aspects. I always feel just really stressed, and I just constantly feel like I have to be doing something. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like scared all the time. You know, like kind of like always in that fight or flight scenario kind of a thing. So I just feel like that also drains me quite a bit.
Um, what kind of emotions do you go through? How would you describe your emotional well-being today? Like how were you feeling before you came in?
Okay, so I'd say fear is probably one of the biggest. Meeting you was also something that was causing me anxiety. But like when I'm doing something new, for example, or if I'm, taking a route that I've not taken before, like any little tiny thing stresses me out, kind of a thing. And it just feels like my heart rate is like increased, and like it's hard for me to breathe sometimes, and my brain feels foggy, if that makes sense. Like that's how I feel all the time. And before the session as well, I did feel I'm still a little nervous.
There's no need to be nervous.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel sad?
Pretty much all the time. I kind of, actually, now that you mentioned that, like, it's not just sad, it's like I feel like I've failed or I'm not accomplishing things as quickly as I should, kind of a thing. Kind of feel, because I guess, my family, like all my siblings are much older than me, and they're all pretty successful at this point. And I just feel like I am taking way too long to get to a point where I'm able to support myself and things like that, because I've still got a long way to go. So I feel sad for, being kind of a disappointment, I guess. I feel just inadequate sometimes. I feel like I could always do better. Things like that.
So what you're saying is that your sadness comes from being overwhelmed, feeling like you're not adequate enough for your family, because your brothers and sisters are so accomplished. You are not there yet, and you feel like that is not enough.
Yeah, I feel like whatever I do is not good enough, kind of a thing, because it's already been accomplished, if that makes sense.
Have you spoken to your physician about depression?
I have not spoken to my physician about depression. I've just spoken to her about anxiety mostly. My guess was that the depression was a result of the anxiety. So that's why I didn't speak to her. But
yeah, oftentimes they do go hand in hand.
Yes. Okay. But I guess I should probably mention that.
Oh, of course. Yeah. And if you would like, I can give you a form at the end of this session.
Yeah.
It has a questionnaire which will allow you to understand whether you are going through depression.
Really?
Yes. It's very easy. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll give that to you along with a few other things. Okay, so you mentioned that you constantly said, do you ever have thoughts of harming yourself? Have you ever thought about that would be an easy way out?
I'm not. I mean, it's not like it hasn't crossed my mind. But, yeah.
You know what? We can talk about it later.
Okay.
That's fine.
That would be better, yeah.
Yeah. We should move on. Now, you said that you've graduated university.
Yeah.
But you've dealt with this for a long time. This anxiety, this feeling of being overwhelmed, constantly feeling like there's something wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you cope with this? How have you coped with this in the past? Is there activities that you do? Is there people you go to? What has helped you in the past to cope with this?
I guess, well, I already talked about my family, how I'm not really open with them. I'd say the thing that's helped me the most is my faith.
Okay.
I'm a Christian.
Okay.
And, like, I have a strong faith in God, and I pray, and, like, I believe that faith in God and, my beliefs of the afterlife have really helped me to stay focused and stay sane, I guess you could say.
Okay.
They've prevented me from giving up. So I'd say that's kept me going. That's my number one thing. That's
great. And spirituality can be a wonderful thing to cope with issues in our lives.
Absolutely.
Would you consider anyone in your life a hero? Is there anyone you look up to?
Yeah, I'd say my mom.
Okay.
She's actually had a pretty tough life growing up, and even, later on in life, she's had a very difficult life, but, she kind of persevered, and I feel like that's where I might get it from, because, she's very, 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 enduring of lots of things, and she still comes out of it with a smile on her face, so I feel like that might also help me to get through tough times,
Okay.
just her.
You look up to your mother
I do.
for strength.
Exactly.
From what I understand.
Yeah, exactly. No, she is basically the strength that has kept me going. So.
Okay. Yeah. How is your relationship with your mom?
My relationship with my mother is good.
Okay.
However, I myself am not completely open with her. I don't tell her about my issues because I feel like she's already lived a tough life and I shouldn't burden her with my issues, kind of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
From what I understand, you don't really have anyone to talk to.
Pretty much, yeah, I'd say that.
You're very closed off.
Yes.
You've pushed your friends away.
I feel like nobody would understand, kind of a thing, or either that, my friends wouldn't understand, or my family, I don't want to, here's more issues to deal with, kind of a thing.
Yeah. What do you hope to accomplish at the end of our sessions together?
I guess what I'm looking for is some ways to cope with my anxiety and, bring it down to the point where, no, obviously I can't eliminate it, I don't think, but bring it down to a point where it's not affecting me physically and just tiring me out,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to be in a constant state of fear and stress. That has tired me out so much. And I just want a way to fix that, I guess. And maybe learn how to, talk better with others, or tell people how I'm feeling
Mm-hmm.
without it coming off odd.
Mm-hmm. So let's find out together what kind of methods we can use to cope with your anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
We can also figure out how you may be able to communicate and form better relationships.
That's exactly what I want to do.
There is actually coping mechanisms for anxiety.
Okay.
We can definitely work through that. From what I understand, Chantal, you are at your wit's end.
I would say so.
You are basically starting a new chapter in your life, which is applying to med school. And you need to get this anxiety under control.
You basically hit the nail on the head.
We will help you do that. As long as you're willing to be open, we can get that done. Now, I will make another appointment in about a week and a half for you.
Okay.
Next time we will see how we can reach these goals.
Okay.
I will provide you with a number today. If you're ever feeling overwhelmed and you have no one to talk to,
okay,
there is a hotline you can call and reach out to them if ever you're feeling completely at the end of your rope.
Okay.
You need to have that. You need to have someone you can turn to.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll give you that number. Also, I'm going to put my email down for you.
Okay.
And my phone number. Feel free to call me whenever.
Okay.
And I just want to thank you for being really, really open today in this session.
Yes, you're welcome.
It can be very hard.
Yeah, it has been pretty difficult. First time.
And I really appreciate you allowing me to hear your real issues.
Okay.
So we will catch up next week.
Yeah. So on Wednesdays I'm free after 1.
Okay. You know what? How about Wednesday at 2:30?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So my email, my phone number, the hotline number.
Yes.
Is there also. Let me find that form for you. The questionnaire.
The questionnaire, right.
For depression, yes. So answer these honestly. Here's that. Here's my information.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, I guess I'll see you next time.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
You
See
too.
you next time.
Bye.
Bye.